Hello, Coach Ivy here, and welcome. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Glad you are here with me as we get ready to go on this journey together. Are you excited and ready? We are getting ready to do a 30-day soul detox. And for week one, the theme is toxic behaviors. Toxic. What comes to mind when you think of the word toxic? Unclean, unhealthy, loud, rash, maybe always arguing, fighting, negative. What comes to your mind when you think of toxic? Write that down. So, week one is all about uprooting the toxic behaviors that we have in our lives. You know what you struggle with. So, for day one, we are talking about deception, telling yourself the truth. Sometimes people say, "Tell me the truth. I want to know the truth." But you really don't want to know the truth. You want people to patty cake around the truth and not tell you about you, the real you, the truth. Why? Because sometimes the truth hurts, but that's okay. Now we know what areas in our lives we need to work on. How self deception keeps believers stuck. Breakthrough begins when you stop lying to yourself. When you stop lying to yourself, take that hard look in the mirror, the hard look at yourself, be like, you know what? I do that. I do say that. I do think that. That is me. And it's toxic. It's not good for my soul. Ooh, it's not good for your soul. This is what these deceptive lies sound like. I'm okay. When you're spiritually empty, I'm okay. But you know you're not. Something is missing. You're off point. Something's just not right. You can't put your finger on it. There's something there, but yet you keep telling yourself, I'm okay. Stop lying. We are to be people of what? Truth. Tell yourself the truth. What about this one? I've forgiven them. You can't even say their name. Oh, wow. But you've forgiven them. The word tells us to pray for our enemies. I'm not praying for them. It'd be a cold day in hell before I pray for them. Well, we know that's not going to happen because we know hell is hot, right? It's never going to happen. When we know that we have truly forgiven someone, we will pray for them and wish them the best. God hates it when we, his chosen children, people of God, sons and daughters of God, when we hold anger, bitterness, and unforgiveness against his children, he really hates that. And when we are in that place, that actually prolongs the punishment. Read your word. It prolongs the punishment, the judgment. It's only up to God to punish and judge, not us. Our job is to love and forgive. Yes, we love from a distance, but we must forgive. If you ever find yourself with that churning in your stomach, walking to the other side of the room, honey, you haven't forgiven them. I was talking to someone some time ago, and they said they would not forgive someone. They said it. There's no way I'm going to forgive them. And I asked them a question. God knows exactly what that person has done to you. Now, what if God, in his awesomeness, his sovereignty, somehow sends over a person to walk them through salvation? They accept God, they accept Jesus into their heart, into their life. They now belong to God. They are now in your family. Now what? You can think about that even in the natural, how family members are arguing against one another. Blood relatives walking around with anger, bitterness, and unforgiveness. And you wonder why you're sick. You wonder why you have arthritis. Arthritis, anger and bitterness dries up the bones. Do your research. We must forgive. We must release. We want to get rid of the toxic behaviors in our lives. This is how we know that we are mature in the Lord, when we truly forgive those who have offended us. And then, I hear people say, oh, they know what they did to me, but sometimes they really don't. And it's your job, your Christian obligation, to go to them and tell them alone, what they have done to you. Now, I am not saying to put yourself in harm's way at all. You can go to a coffee shop, you can meet at the mall to get out what you need to get out and let them know and give them an opportunity to apologize to you. It could all just be a misunderstanding, but maybe not. But it's your Christian obligation and duty to go to them and extend forgiveness. That's your job, your Christian duty. Psalm 51:6 says, behold, you desire truth in the inward parts. You desire truth in the inward parts. God wants us to be honest with him when we come to him. I mean, he already knows everything that's going on in our lives. He knows where we've been. He knows where we are. He knows where we are going. He holds the future. He has already mapped out our lives. He already knew they were going to hurt us. But we can't remain stuck in that place of unforgiveness. Family, let's begin this soul detox with honesty, not with the world, but with ourselves. We don't want to look on the outside. We want to look inwardly to see what toxic behaviors am I personally holding on to. Deception sounds small, but it's one of the enemy's favorite tools. We say I'm fine when we know we are not. We say we're fine. We know our soul is aching. We say I've forgiven when we're still angry. We stay away from the person. We don't talk to the person. We keep our distance. But God desires truth in our inward parts. Today, look in the mirror of your soul and tell yourself the truth. Healing starts when we're honest with ourselves. Day one of the soul detox is to be honest with yourself and tell yourself the truth. Come back and join me again for the next day as we journey on this soul detox. Bye bye. See you soon.